someone hurts you, and you go quiet, not cold, not calculating. You just can't find the words. You say, "I'm fine." You are not fine, and everyone around you decides you're shutting them out. You're not the problem here. This reaction is older than you are. A researcher named Peter Levine spent decades proving you're doing the exact opposite of shutting down. The words won't come because of something wired into your brain, and nobody ever told you what. Stay to the end. You'll learn the 4 words your silence is actually trying to say. When you go quiet, people assume you made a decision, like you sat down, weighed your options, and chose to freeze them out. That's not what happens. There's no decision. Something in your body just closes. Your chest gets heavy, and the words sink somewhere you can't reach them. Scientists have a name for this. It's called the freeze response. You know, fight or flight. This is the 3rd one nobody talks about. It's just as hardwired. It's not weakness, and it's not avoidance. It's almost embarrassing how little say you get in it. When pain feels too big to handle in real time, your brain pulls the emergency brake. Here's the part that sounds made up, but isn't. There's a region in your brain that builds language. It's called Broca's area. Brain scans show that when you're emotionally flooded, Broca's area goes quiet. Picture trying to read out loud while a fire alarm screams in your ear. That's your brain mid-hurt. So when someone is begging, "Just talk to me, just tell me what's wrong," and you're standing there with absolutely nothing coming out, your brain has literally made words harder to reach, on purpose, because it's busy doing something it thinks is more urgent, keeping you in one piece. You're not shutting people out, you're holding yourself in, and those have never been the same thing. But here's where it gets weird. You weren't born like this. Nobody is. Babies scream. Toddlers melt down in the cereal aisle without a shred of embarrassment. Kids express pain loudly and openly until something teaches them not to. And somewhere, something taught you that hurting out loud wasn't safe. Maybe you cried and got told you were being too sensitive. Maybe you opened up to someone you trusted, and they used it against you later. So you adapted. You got quiet, not because you stopped feeling, but because feeling out loud kept costing you. And by the time you were grown, the silence was automatic, a reflex you never chose. A psychologist named John Bowlby built his entire career on one idea. How you handle pain comes straight from your earliest relationships. When being vulnerable led to more pain, your nervous system filed that away. He called it attachment. It runs quieter and deeper than any decision you'll ever make. And it pulls that file back out every single time something hurts. Decades later, completely different people, same reflex. So your silence isn't a character flaw. It's a survival skill your younger self built. And annoyingly, it worked. It got you all the way here. Now here's what nobody sees. Everyone looks at you and assumes nothing is happening in there. Still water. But researchers scanned the brains of people who go quiet under stress. The regions for self-reflection, memory, and predicting outcomes lit up way past average. The quieter you look on the outside, the louder it actually is in there. Your silence might be the single busiest state a brain can be in. Inside it, you're asking, did I cause this? Have I felt this before? If I speak right now, will it come out right, or will it detonate? While they see a blank face, you're replaying the whole thing in fast forward. You're not avoiding the problem, you're stress testing every angle of it. Still water, it turns out, runs absurdly deep. And here's the part almost no one gives you credit for. Part of your silence is protecting the people you love. You know what lives at the bottom of that silence when the pain is fresh. Open your mouth too early, and it won't be a conversation. It'll be a grenade, so you swallow it. You hold the worst version of the sentence behind your teeth. There's a term for this, the window of tolerance. It's the narrow emotional zone where real communication is even possible. Outside it, flooded and raw, nobody hears anything and nothing useful gets said. You knew that before anyone gave it a name. That's why you wait. You're not refusing the conversation. You're waiting until you can actually have one. So what actually helps? It's the opposite of what people do. They push. They follow you from room to room. You can't just shut me out. And every push quietly confirms the old lesson that your way of feeling isn't allowed. What you need is the hardest thing to ask for: patience without pressure. Someone who can sit in your silence and trust that you'll come back. And research backs this up. Take away the pressure to perform feelings on command, and people open up far more, not because they were forced, but because it finally felt safe. So if this is you, say it to someone, once, before the next time it happens. Say, I'm not leaving, I just go quiet first. It sounds small. It changes everything, because when your words finally do come, they mean everything. You turn them over 100 times. You check them for truth. You don't say things you don't mean. You don't weaponize pain to win. When you finally speak, it isn't a reaction. It's a conclusion. That's not emotional unavailability, that's emotional integrity. In a world that rewards whoever reacts loudest and fastest, you wait for the truth. That's rare. And those 4 words your silence was always trying to say, give me a minute, not go away, never go away, just give me a minute, I'm coming back.